if we're talking about, let's say if we're going to pick an exercise like dumbbell curls, so how do we position our body for the most effect and to be in the safest position and the strongest position to do that? So what you want basically, if you look at my feet, we're going to have basically a neutral stance, about shoulder width, toes slightly out to the side, which gives us about the same position as if you're going to do a standing jump, or if you were just hanging off of a bar and you fell to the ground and you just kept your position. And this is probably the strongest position that you have, whereas if someone tried to push me over from here or from the side, it gives me strength and leverage to fight back and push that leverage back. So you don't want to be standing like this to do the exercise, because when you accelerate the weight, when you're going to lift the weight, you're tippy, you're falling over to the side, and it gives you very bad leverage. So you can't actually use a significant amount of weight, and it forces you to use a lighter weight. Obviously you're getting a less optimal effect from that weight. So on any exercise, basically, even the deadlift, your feet are going to be probably in this position depending on your relative structure of your body, so that your leg is going to line up perpendicular to the ground with your shoulder, so it's a straight line up and down. Now, when you're actually going to do the dumbbell curl, we want to do one dumbbell at a time, and we want to do a full range of motion, so we're also going to supinate the wrist from the bottom, but we don't want to force an unnatural movement, so we don't want to turn the dumbbell and do an unnatural movement like this. We want the body to go in the most natural position as possible. So as the dumbbell comes up, it's going to supinate on its own, basically, if you just let it go and put it in a natural position like this. And basically you want to do one dumbbell all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, so it's a full range of motion and it's hanging down from the side before you start the other dumbbell. So you don't want to be doing this kind of thing, racing through the exercise, because you're not concentrating on the muscle that you're being worked at that particular instance. So if we're going to do the dumbbell, we also want to accelerate the dumbbell from the bottom position. It's what we call compensatory acceleration. So basically, even though it may seem that the dumbbell's not moving very fast, that we're accelerating the dumbbell up and fighting it on the way down. Not so much that we're doing a negative, but we're controlling it on the way down as well. And up and down. Now, basically, when you're breathing, doing an exercise, the strongest position is for you to have air into your lungs. And then basically you want to breathe in and force the air almost into your stomach, in your belly area, not into your chest area. And what this does, when you hold your breath, it provides a strong core, so it stabilizes your core, stabilizes your body, so you can accelerate the weight. And then breathe. You don't want to breathe and then let your air out as you're lifting the weight, because that's basically all of your strength is going to let it come out as well. It's like if you held the balloon and you're letting the balloon go, basically you're done. You have no power left at all. So you want to bring the air into the body, hold that air in while you're moving the weight. So whether you're deadlifting from the floor, or whether you're squatting, or whether you're doing dumbbell curls, you want to be holding your breath while you're moving the weight. So you would breathe, and then let out again at the bottom. The next one, and then let out at the bottom. Now this is relative to the lift you're doing. If you were saying, if you were going to do a squat, you would breathe at the top, and then breathe out over the top again. So during the position from top, moving down, and then moving back up, that entire time you're holding your breath. And that's giving you core stability. It's allowing you to use as much force as you can with your body, and it gives you, stabilizing you, and helps you lift using all of course, your abdominal muscles, your lower back, and everything else like that. So basically, on almost every movement, whether it's dumbbell curls, squats, deadlifts, barbell rows, you have to use your air as almost a tool to lift the weight. Now, if you weren't lifting a heavy weight, it doesn't obviously matter, but as that weight gets heavier and heavier, it's going to make a big difference in how you're doing that.